I'm speaking with Jeff Denley, running for Selectmen. Thanks for coming in, Jeff.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Jeff, you've been here a long time.
Yep, not as long as some people in town, but
Most of your life.
yeah, almost my whole life.
Yeah. So, for the folks that don't know you, what can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm 37 years old. I was born in California. My dad was in the Marine Corps, and I was born out on a military base out west. We moved to town here when I was 2 years old. I went to nursery school in the basement of the town hall. I went to kindergarten on the first floor of the town hall. And then I went to Paul School till the 8th grade. Then I went to Brewster Academy over in Wolfboro. And then once I graduated there, I went to UNH for a year, and then didn't really like it. So I wanted to get out on my own and check out the rest of the country. So I transferred to Western State College, Colorado. I studied business out there. When I was done with school, I moved back, and we were on a family vacation. And my father was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about starting this fish business." And at that point, I had been out of school for 2 days. So I was like, sounds good to me. And I've been doing that ever since. So probably, was it 14 years or so now?
Oh, right.
And I recently got married this past summer. And my wife also grew up in town. We got married in my parents' backyard up at the farm. So that was great. And yeah, I came back to Wakefield. It's the only place I want to be.
It's home.
It's home.
Yep.
I was on the Little League team. I was in Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts. Trying to think of anything else in town.
Well, it sounds like you mentioned you've got some business education.
Yep.
From college, and
Yep.
and actually you run your own business.
Yep.
Where
Yep.
it all comes down to you.
Yep. There's 3 of us that are owners, and we all run the show together. So
you've acquired this skill set, really, that managing employees,
yeah,
money,
and managing the other owners, because sometimes they don't see eye to eye on what is the best way to get things done. So sometimes you have to compromise with the other people that you're partners with.
How do you think that this education and life experiences you have as a businessman will help you as a selectman?
Well, on the topic of what I do for work, we have approximately 40 to 50, depending on the time of year, different employees. Probably from 5 or 6 different countries, and they all speak different languages, and they're all different religions, and none of them get along with one another, and that's just the way it is. So you're constantly playing the middleman, trying to compromise. If this person's not happy with the way one thing's going, and this one's not happy with the way they're doing it, it's constantly a guy in the middle to try and smooth it out, make sure that we get the product out, that the fish is good, and it gets to our customers on time and the way they like it. But also on top of that, we have 4 different facilities. There's constantly maintenance that needs to get done, and it's constant delegating what needs to get done in a priority that you can afford things. We just don't have an unlimited budget, and sometimes you gotta pick and choose which things you can do this month and which things you're gonna have to wait till next year. Whether it be a new roof or improvements to the wharf, or the forklift's got a flat tire, but we can't get that fixed today. We got to go and borrow one from somebody else or whatever. So it kind of keeps you on your toes, and it's always changing. So wouldn't be exactly like the selectman's job, but there's some skill sets that kind of go with one of them.
Well, what I'm getting from this is that on a daily basis, you're having to get people to work together.
Correct.
And that sounds like a skill that a selectman can really use.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a similar thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And getting things done when they need to get done.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's timetables for everything, and if we don't get the fish out, the customer's not happy, they lose business, and then we don't have them as a customer anymore. So,
So that's time management as well, of many people.
Yeah, exactly. And it can get chaotic and it can get stressful, but you kind of just got to be like, buckle down and do it.
Right.
So,
Get the job done.
yep.
You know, do you have any thoughts about challenges for the town that, you know, you might be able to lend these skills to? I mean, there's some issues that we have as ongoing, as always.
Yeah, I mean, talking to like a bunch of different people that encouraged me to run, what I took from what people were most frustrated with was the infrastructure of the town and the condition of the roads, the condition of the water pipes blowing all over town. They constantly have to dig them up and repair them. And then I think a little bit of the internal conflict between different employees in town that spills out, and it makes it so that it's hard to get things done. Like, it seems to me that there's a lot of turnover with town employees. Maybe not in the town hall specifically, but on a lot of the different departments. And I remember when I was little, it was, you know, it was the same crew on the road crew from the entire time I remember. It was the same force in the police force. You knew every police officer's name. The entire time I was a little kid, you know, they didn't change. And it seems like now it's kind of like, I don't know if Wakefield's like almost acts like a training town where they hire people who are just getting into the new field, and then as soon as they get a few years experience, they dump the town and they move on to a bigger and better place. And I don't think that's the way it should be. I think it doesn't do the town any service to have that go on.
So you feel like these skills that you have about pulling people together might keep more people here for longer periods of time?
Well, at least be able to talk to them and figure out what the problem is before they leave, you know? Because it doesn't do anybody any good to always have turnover. Like I have that over in Portland at our fish place. And that's a little bit different. It's just the nature of the job where not many people want to deal with fish in the cold and the rain and stuff. So I can understand that. But constant turnover is a big problem for employers.
Right.
And the town is just a big employer.
Sure it is.
So that's the gist of what I'm hope to be able to help with.
Yeah. Well, you're a businessman. You've got a business background. Your job every day is pulling people together that don't speak the same language or have the same background.
Yep.
And it sounds like that skill set would be something you could use as a selectman.
Yep.
Well, I sure appreciate you coming in today to talk to us, get us acquainted with you a little bit, and good luck in the election.
Thank you very much.